Welcome to Asevoxel. This is going to be the video explaining everything inside the Modeler tab, inside the main info dialog. Here we have the Alfredo model. This is my dad, Alfredo, and we can do a couple of things with him. We can transform the model so that instead of being first nose, then nose bridge, eyebrows, mouth and beard, then outer beard, eyes and eyebrows, we can transform him to be on the side. So now with this button we rotated him to the left, and now first the ear, then the ear and part of the temple, then the rest of the temple, the back of the head and an eyebrow. We can transform him back, up, down, left and right, which I already showed. And you can see it live here. For example, if we rotate it left, it updates the model and keeps the current rotation based on what the model 000 is. So it will rotate the model. Now, another feature of the Modeler tab is the layer scroll mode. The layer scroll mode is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. You can scroll through layers with the mouse wheel on the preview. And it also updates what layers are visible on the drawing live, on the Aseprite drawing. So for example, now this layer 2, which is the second to last layer, looks visible and all of the others look invisible. You can scroll all the way from front to back. We can do something else with this, which is we can have layers rendered behind and in front of the current selected layer. So for example, now I am on layer 1, or well, actually layer 14, but if we count it from front to back, layer 1, and it renders also layer 2 or layer 13. Now this happens because we have behind 1. That means that if there is a layer behind the current layer, it will render it with the layer scroll mode. Now I can show also that it happens with in front. For example, we scroll 1, now we are on layer 13 or layer 2, and we see layer 1 and layer 3 because we have one behind and one in front. What I like to do is have 0 on the amount of layers in front and about 2 or 3 on the layers behind. That way you can see with relation to the rest of the model what you are editing. For example, now I'm going to edit this. The frontmost layer is layer 3 or layer 12, and I'm going to color the eyes red, or actually skin tone, reddish skin tone. And now you can see that in the model it has updated. We can also undo any of these edits with Ctrl+C because it is an edit on an Aseprite sprite. So now you can see we updated the preview and the eyes are black again after I Ctrl+C'd the edit. Another important facet of this is that you can combine both these tools. For example, we can go left, layer scroll mode, and scroll through the sides, through a profile. But one thing you can't do, because it's a little bit janky and I need to fix it, I know, I will fix it soon in a next update, but you cannot keep enable layer scroll mode and also rotate, because it breaks the model. Now, if it ever happens to you, if this ever happens to you, you can simply go to the sprite and do Ctrl+C a couple of times, and now disable layer scroll mode, and you will have the model back to normal. So whenever you want to rotate the model, be sure to rotate it with transformation, be sure to have the layer scroll mode off. Turn it on, turn it off. Left, right. Enable, scroll, disable, rotate, enable, scroll.